Smith, oh, let's talk about a crush. Broke hearts in the 80s, singing songs like You Take My Breath Away. Talented man, appeared in The Pirates of Penzance on Broadway, but it was his role as the hero on TV, Street Hawk. Y'all remember Street Hawk? Yeah. That's the one that captured a little boy's imagination. That little boy was, well, you were a young man, was Brandon. Now, watching Street Hawk, you're watching Rex and thinking what?
Well, I was watching it just like every other kid watched superhero on TV, you know. I had no idea he would be my father, you know. It was just watching him just as a regular...
It must have been such a revelation when your mom told you, this is your dad.
It was when I got to the point of finding out who he was exactly, because my mother was sick with osteomyelitis on morphine, and she was in the hospital bed, and I'm sitting there, and she's coming in and out, and she says, you know, Rex Smith could be your father, and I didn't take much note of it because I'm here with my mother dying on me, you know.
So you grew up thinking that your mother's husband was your dad?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But 2 months later, my mother gained her health, you know, regained her health, and I was sitting in my basement suite with some roommates, and we're watching a commercial, and it's Sunset Boulevard with Diana Carroll and Rex Smith, and that brought some curiosity, just like, okay, hold on a second, and then I gained some records of him, and I noticed some resemblance, and...
Oh, you look just like him. What are you talking about? Yes. So, it's amazing to me. So here's a guy who's going, wow, this could be a link to your past, an important link. So you went out on a little search.
Yeah, I did. Little search, yeah.
Which is so interesting. It took you to the theater.
It took me to the theater, yeah. I went to Calgary and, you know, scraped some money together so I could go on this journey to find my father.
But now, you know, when you go to a performance and you're at a theater, imagine some guy standing out there saying, excuse me, can you introduce me? Can you get me backstage? Because I think that's my dad. I mean,
that's
they must
what
have thought,
I did.
oh, yeah, right, kid. Good try.
Yeah,
I mean, did you...
Well, actually, I bought a ticket to the play, a matinee play, when I got to Vancouver, and I woke up really early for this matinee play, and I'm navigating myself through Vancouver trying to find the theater, and it was locked, and I see this huge picture of my dad, 60 by 30 feet, with Diana Carroll just, you know, and I'm just like, wow, you know, but it was locked, so I'm walking around Vancouver, and there's this homeless guy, you know, selling street papers, and, you know, I didn't know anybody, so I said, listen, do you want to go out for a bite to eat, and, you know, we could just hang out, and I figured if I did something good would come to me, you know, and...
What a story.
And, yeah, I listened to his heartbreaking story and how he's just trying to make his life better, and, you know, I slipped in a few dollars so his day would be lightened up a bit, and
So he gets to the play. He's a kid a few rows back in the audience with his eyes burning a hole through Rex Smith. We're ready to bring him out and find out what that experience was like? Yeah! Brandon's dad, Rex Smith! Welcome. Thank you so much. Look at how much they look alike. Isn't it weird? Yeah. They do. Now, did you notice? This is such a great story. Did you notice him in the audience?
I performed 500 shows at Sunset Boulevard, so I was very comfortable in the part, but I couldn't help but feel that he was sitting in the nosebleed section. From what I gained, originally his ticket, because there weren't many seats available just to walk up and buy a ticket. And the ushers, he had a discussion with the ushers and ended up in the third row, and I felt I couldn't help but feel this energy wherever I was on stage and whatever else was going on. It was like a tennis match, and everybody's going like this, and one person's just going like that. And so much so when I was doing the bows with everyone at the end, the girl that played the ingenue in the show, she went, do you see that guy looking at you in the audience? And I said, yeah. And this
were you thinking this is a stalker or
well,
some
no.
fan?
I felt that this was a very intense young man that perhaps was burning with a desire for theater or the arts.
Okay.
Because you can pick that up. The beauty, one of the proud moment that I have about this is, it was my third to last week in Canada, and I was putting something back into society. I raised $12,000 taking Polaroid pictures in the lobby for an AIDS hospice to help to put. I I was actively, at the moment that my son approached me, I was taking Polaroids. There was a line of 100 people in the lobby, and I'm just taking Polaroids and going, thanks, and what's your name? And he came up and took a Polaroid with me. He heard the announcement that I'd be in the lobby, so he went to the lobby, paid his $10,
Now,
and...
excuse me, did he just say, hi, I think you're my dad?
Well, not in those words. There was he said, I was wondering if I could have 5 minutes of your time, and I just saw I couldn't look above his nose for about 3 days. All I saw was my mouth talking to me. And I literally, Atlas shrugged. The world shifted on its axis. I almost fainted. I said, take this to my dresser. I said, take this young man to the green room.
Let's take a break in the story right here, and when we come back, don't you want to hear how do you catch up on time like that? Now, Rex has got another life going on. There are other children in his life. What about that relationship? So much to talk about. A brief encounter from Rex's past did change his life years later. We'll see how Brandon's mom has reacted to his involvement with Rex as well. So stay close, and I'll see you right back here.